You just blitz him down. Like, yeah, you can delete them. It's just the thing with this, what I realised over time is it's better in the medium range for this extra move. This extra stab here is really nice. It does more damage than the basic attack. You can stay in close, so say this is the enemy, you can stay around it, stay close, get a stab in. Which is really handy, but this extra normal damage is pretty good. But the main thing with it is do a charged attack at the right time, then go in. Against ads it's not really worth doing, because by the time you've done that you could have done a few stabs anyway. It's only worth doing this against a large enemy with a lot of health. Get the extra damage, burst it down like I did on the Echo Knight there, but yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I got this knife with Plague on. You could obviously do it with other types of weapons, but I thought I'll just do a quick build around it, see what I think to it. I'm not even running the full gems here. I've got full focus gems obviously, but I've got the second tier ones here. I've only got tier 1 and the 2 main items, which is the gloves and the dagger for damage. So it could obviously have more damage, but yeah, doing damage, percentage of durability, along with the Plague Infusion. So that gives you lifesteal, right? So, you know, if we keep doing these stabs, I get lifesteal off that, which is really good. So that's pretty much your only source of lifesteal, really. Then you use the barrier here on Consume Food, boosted with a chest. So when I use food, I have a barrier. And yeah, I mean, that's the basics of survivability. The rest of it's just all crit chance on the blues, and then the 2 purples have crit damage. Pretty easy to remember, right? Armor pen on these 3, and plague damage on these 3 is what I've got. So it's got loads of damage, right? I don't do infection build up because you're doing loads of attacks anyway, so you build it up pretty quick anyway. I think with this you want damage, so I did actually move up from the fast weight class to the medium one because you get an extra attack here with this. So it's like a nice little 1-2, but it does a bit more damage than a normal attack. And it worked a lot better because I put way more points into damage. So I've got a lot of damage here because it's kind of what you need to get this working, because I think I didn't get a very good roll here. You want the damage percentage to land on the exalts, right? But yeah, you could do a physical version of this, but you'd have to get healing another way, right? The Plague is really good for healing, so I would recommend Plague with this. It does help a lot. It means you don't have to spec into healing anywhere else, really. And just boost it on the gloves with the healing here. Get more out of that. And yeah, I mean, other than that, it's not too complicated, really. It's just a pretty simple build with a cool weapon. Very fast, very fluid. The rings are pretty standard for me right now, these 3. I think they're very, very good for what I like to do, which is stamina. Obviously these aren't max roll, but you know, get them boosted if you like the look of this one. So yeah, it's a very fun build. It's very just something I wanted to try with a knife. You like to just be fast stabbing, burst stuff down if you get the right chance. It's pretty cool. I'd say it's a bit one-dimensional, but it is very good in a lot of situations because of the range it's got. So you've got the sprint attack here, so you can get in quick. So it's a bit like the spear build, but faster. So if you like the spear, I think you'll like this. It's definitely a niche build where, you know, it's not going to be for everybody, but if you like that distance management, staying in close, getting lots of little short stabs in, rolling out sort of thing, then you'll like it. Obviously if they add offhands again, if they add an offhand bow, you could run this, because this is dexterity, I think. Yeah. So if they decide to run an offhand bow again on this game, like give you an offhand bows, this would be really good. Just stick a bow in here that's got dex. So again, for the future, for those of you who like offhand bows, if they do add them back again, I'm sure they might do, you know, just with like a basic attack or something. This would be very good with an offhand bow. Shields maybe as well, if they add shield runes, would be good. Or any other offhanders, but sometimes I don't run offhanders because I like to reduce the weight. So just bear that in mind. Here I didn't really need a shield, I don't think. Lifesteal, bit of extra stamina. It's not really worth it for a couple of points. But yeah, stats wise, 240 health is enough because you got a bit of barrier, so that boosts that. You've got good evasion with this. You got lots of stamina to keep rolling around, staying close. You can get out pretty quick, get in pretty quick. So you've got lots of maneuverability. Yeah, try and get your armor pen up as high as you can. That's really important. These stabs you want them to hit as hard as possible so you can burst stuff down. But yeah, the gameplay kind of shows you how to play it, right? And on the boss, just when you see that opportunity, when he starts doing the animation on the second phase, get that charged attack in, then burst him, and you will blitz yourself down like I did. So it's about just taking your time, find the right opportunity with this one. Going in, blitzing, getting out. But against stabs, you know, sprint in, do a couple of stabs, that should be enough to kill one. Onto another one. Stab, quick stab there. You know, just use the rolls, use the sprint attack to get around. You don't have to stay in too long against stabs, but against bosses, you know, do your little stabs and stuff. Respect the moveset that they've got. You're not going to be able to just go in there and do what you want. But as soon as you see a window where they're doing a scream animation or whatever they do, where they don't do any attacks, get in there, charge attack, spam, and you will blitz them with the stabs. So constantly keep stabbing them, and you will delete them. But yeah, stats wise, like I said, 240 health is good because you get the half of that as barrier. And you've got pretty good armor with this. 35% is pretty good because you've got cloth in chest, leather helmet and gloves, but you've got mesh pants here. So you're not super weak. You're somewhat tanky, but you're not going to get deleted. But you'll see sometimes I'm very close to dying. So that's, you know, what I want. I don't want to die in one hit. I want to literally have 10 HP after a big hit. Heal up, go back in again as a failsafe, I guess you could call it. Stamina, you don't need a lot because of these rings, I think. The cost is only 9 here, so you don't need a lot of stamina, right? So these rings will look after you, these two. You only need like 75 plus, I think. And you see there, I don't really run out of stamina against the boss, even after all the spamming I do. And then stamina regen just comes off these two, I think. So yeah, if you can get stamina regen in the chest as well, brilliant. Attack speed on the gloves with the ring is kind of all the attack speed you need, and look how fast it is. Pretty fast. So you could do an attack speed version, but it's fast enough, I think. But attack speed would work as well on the weapon. And then 70 plus in damage because you want to get this really high. You know, with this one you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of stamina. You don't need any focus. You don't need any equip load, right? So you can dump it all into damage here. And you could put him onto health, but I think this is about right from what I've tested with this kind of setup. Pretty simple build, really. Not too complicated. It's probably a good starter endgame build for people who want something as a good entry into endgame. Some of the builds I do are quite complicated. This one's not that complicated. It's pretty simple to put together. Get yourself a knife, put some damage in. Get armor pen, crit chance, plague damage. And even this normal attack damage, you don't even need that really. Just get a bit of crit chance, bit of crit damage, get this knife. And you can kind of just base it off this as a good start point. Even run all blues, you could run all blues with this. But maybe the main one is this chest to boost the barrier again on the barrier on food, just to give you a bit of tankiness. But yeah, it's a really good sort of starter build if you just get into the end game. Start with something like this, you know. But if you want to really master it and get it better, you could definitely, you know, get some purples in here maybe with extra stats and go for a roll here where you get like 15% damage instead of 10%. And you'll start deleting stuff a lot more. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Pretty cool. Good starter build, I would say, for the end game. And if you like those kind of nimble, fast attacks, I think you'll enjoy this.